Hello dear student, this is Rajwant Singh and today I am going to explain the remaining portion of history lesson 3rd, the Delhi Sultanate of class 7. So my dear student, I have to explain some important points that is left in this chapter. So the point is, first, the chapter is the Delhi Sultanate. The Delhi Sultanate. History chapter 3rd. The points, first, the Lodi dynasty. Second point, the Sultan. And the third point, nobles and officials. Nobles and officials. Point 4, army. Point 5, division of the Sultanate. Division of the Sultanate. Division of the Sultanate. These 5 points we have to discuss today and we have to study today. So dear student, first point, the Lodi dynasty. I have explained something in the previous video about Lodi dynasty. So dear student, first of all I want to tell you the time period of Lodi. 1451 to 1526 CE, and the decline of the Sultanate is in 1451. Alauddin Alam Shah abdicated the throne, and this gave Bahlol Lodi, the governor of Sirhind called Punjab, the opportunity to become the new Sultan of Delhi. So, dear student, the new dynasty that he founded came to be known as the Lodi dynasty. So my dear student, it was the first Afghan dynasty that comes to power during the Sultanate period. So Bahlol died in 1489 and was succeeded by his son Sikandar Lodi. And I think you all know about Sikandar Lodi. That is very famous name in the history. So dear student, he succeeded the that period, and after Bahlol Lodi died, so he founded the city of Agra in 1503 CE, and he was succeeded by his son Ibrahim Lodi in 1517 CE, And dear student, in the first battle of Panipat, fought in 1526 CE, Ibrahim Lodi was defeated by Babur. It dealt the final fatal blow to the Delhi Sultanate. My dear student, we will read about this in detail in the next chapter, but this is the some extract that is very important that you have to know. That is enough about Lodi dynasty. So my dear student, the next point is the Sultan. My dear student, the Sultan was at the center of Sultanate and administration. He protected the empire against external attacks and was responsible for maintaining law and order. My dear student, he maintained the law and order of that time and saved the external and internal attacks. He acted as the commander in chief of the army and the chief justice of the Sultanate. So my dear student, this is the points about the Sultan, and the next point is nobles and officials. Nobles and officials. This is the next point, third point. My dear student, the Sultan's court consisted of officials who were responsible for effective functioning of the administrative machinery. My dear student, the Wazir and his deputies looked after the issues relating to income, expenditure, and collection of revenue and control of the revenue. The Ariji Mumailik and his deputies looked after the recruitment of soldiers. And my dear student, the Wakili Dar was responsible for looking after the affairs relating to the household of the Sultan. The palace guards and the personal assistants also. My dear student, the Amiri Hajib was the master of ceremonies at the court, while the chief Qazi headed the justice department. Dear student, these are the works that is divided into the workers. They do their duties very well and very honestly. And my dear student, the noble occupied civilian and military position in the Sultanate. They assisted the Sultan in discharge of his responsibilities as the ruler of his empire. In terms of rank, the Khans occupied the top position, followed by the Maliks and the Amirs. My dear student, the nobles got their salaries from the revenue assigned to them, and As per the Ikta system, the land resources of the Sultanate were divided among the nobles in the lieu of cash for their services. My dear student, these are the some facts that is separated by the governor at that time. So, Iqtadars collected taxes from the farmers and used them to maintain the army. So, dear student, slaves had a huge presence and in the royal household they served as personal assistant as well as administrative officials with a view to meeting the requirements of the royal palace. Karkhans or workshops under maliks were set up. In these karkhans, various items such as clothes, paintings, and other articles were produced. Occasionally, military goods were also produced in this workshop. So, dear student, this is the point that I have told you, and we will discuss the next point, army. The army was a significant part of the Sultanate because it aided the Sultan to stay in power, expand and defend his empire. The army comprised of the infantry or foot soldiers. My dear student, cavalry are horse soldiers, archers and elephants, etc. etc. Dear student, horses of the final quality received great attention and therefore they were imported from Arabia. Alauddin Khilji maintained a detailed description of each soldier known as Chehra. Each horse was branded in his army known as Dug. During his reign, land revenue was collected in cash and soldiers were also paid in cash. So, my dear student, this is the point that I have discussed you, and we will discuss the last point, division of the Sultanate. The Delhi Sultanate was divided into provinces known as Subhas, which were further divided into six. My dear student, paragons were subdivisions of the six, which comprised several villages, and the province was headed by a governor or mukti, while the Sikhdar was the head of a Sikh. So, my dear student, the Amir was the head of the Pargana, and the landowners known as Khoots and Mukaddams were the most important officials in the village. My dear student, I want to tell you the most important point, the village accountant are patwari, maintain the records of land, crops and taxes to be paid. So dear student, all the works are divided into the selected persons and they do their duties at the times, and all the activities are going on time, and the discipline also be maintained at that time. So my dear student, I have discussed the points that is done. Some remaining points I will discuss in the next video. So this is enough for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.